Hey everybody, and brightest blessings. Lady Leeanna here with you once again, chilling out, kicking back, and taking my time today. As you can tell, I'm just all laid back. And, reflecting. Doing a lot of reflecting. I've been cleaning my house for the past couple of days, doing spring cleaning, and a hard job of it too. I was reflecting on a conversation I had with this little girl just a couple of days ago. And it really registered a concern with me then in my spirit. It really did. It was about how she had been talking to people online, one person in particular, but was a part of a larger group. And they wanted her to meet them over at their sanctuary and, do some works together or whatnot. And this person, mind you, is very new. Well, there is nothing wrong with meeting people from another sanctuary. But generally, when we go to a sanctuary, it's not to an unknown sanctuary. It's not alone. Generally, it's someone taking us to their personal sanctuary that they have been practicing at for a long period of time. But she was going alone into an unknown sanctuary. Well, I know that we have a stereotype hanging over our head by the Christian world that we sacrifice animals or we kill babies or this, that, and the other, that we're bad people, and we know that we're not. We know that we're good people. We work hard and side by side with everybody else and try to get by through this life as much as we possibly can in the most peaceful way. Besides, how many ritual murders do you hear of? I guarantee damn well to you, you hear a lot more of preachers molesting one of their flock, or women getting raped by this or that, and gangland shootings, and fathers with their kids and abuse. You hear a great deal more of all of that. And you rarely even at all hear of any kind of a ritual murder or anything of that nature. And if you do, and they go and they investigate, they generally find out that it was a mistake, that it wasn't a ritual murder whatsoever, that the person may just be praising Aladdin, or some shit, and be having a few screws loose. But when we do visit sanctuaries that we haven't been to before, generally we're taken there by somebody that would like us to join with them in their sanctuary, somebody that we already know. Meeting people online and then deciding without ever having actually seen their face is not a good idea. It's not. And I'm not saying that it's because there's a bunch of pagans over there that are going to beat you down, sacrifice you, take your baby or whatever. I'm saying that it's because you don't know them. You should meet them at McDonald's or Walmart or something, somewhere busy like that for a couple of times. And, then have them come over to your house, but have somebody else over there that can see who they are. Introduce yourself to them, make friends with them, make sure that you're stable with them and that they're stable at all, before you go off with the intention of meeting them along with a bunch of other people or whatever they say they are. And this is for your own good. I'm not trying to scare you. Well, yes, I am. Because people get abducted this way. They really do. Kids get abducted, girls get abducted every day because some grown man will show them pictures online of a young guy their age and allures them. I mean, wants to meet them, talk to them, become boyfriend, and they get real close within a matter of days. The girls meet them, and then they're never seen again. This is something that we all really need to give strong concern for, no matter what religion we're actually in. You know, when you're in the Christian religion, you could meet with a preacher or a good Christian boy or good Christian girl online and find out it's not a Christian or a girl, and maybe it's 3 or 4 guys that are going to take you out back and beat you down and take whatever you got or cut your throat just because they want to see what it's like to murder somebody. I mean, people have killed for less. But no, this conversation with this little girl was a little bit scary to me because she indicated she was going to meet somebody she had met online, actually a group. And I asked, was there anybody there that she had already met prior? And she said no. I asked, is she going to meet them at their sanctuary? And she said yes, which God only knows where that is or what it's going to be like whenever she gets there. But I was hinting around or trying to find out if she was going to meet them in a busy place first. And whenever I didn't hear the answers that I wanted to on any account, I grew a little bit concerned. So, you know, really and truthfully, listen to me, guys. There are people out there that do bad things. And they're not pagan, and it's not ritual killings. It's people that lure people there under a misguidance that they are something that they're not typically, so that they could either beat them up and take what they've got, or so that they could kill them, or rape them for a week, you know, straight. I mean, you don't know. And if you're, I don't care if you're a guy or a girl. I mean, it can happen to you. I mean, and guys listening to this will say, oh, it could never happen to me. I'm a guy, whatever. You know, but there could be 3 guys standing there ready to grab you and nab you and do with you whatever you know they want you to. If you don't have a partner, or if you don't know one of the people that you would be attending this with, then don't go. Don't go whatsoever. And I'm talking to Christians, witches, druids, shamans, everybody. I'm talking to all of you, you know. And there's a lot of people, and I understand the urge to find a group and the longing to find other people like yourself when you're lonely and living in small towns and you don't know anybody that practices the same thing that you do, or because you have to stay closeted, you know, as to what you are, then you take chances. I know that you want something so bad, you put yourself out there for it. And in this world, let me tell you, brothers and sisters, it's not everything that you think it is anymore. There's a lot of covers, there's a lot of guises, there's a lot of misleadings, and well, there's a world of bad people out there. You know, just because you're good, don't think that other people couldn't possibly have it in them to torture you, because they can. And you know, I wanted to bring this topic up a long time ago, but I was a little worried about it, and I repressed myself because it's a negative topic for one thing, and I didn't want to bring you guys down. I didn't want to scare you. You know, I could lose subscribers for bringing in such a negative topic whenever it's such a positive religion. But if I don't say this, then who will? You know. My main point is when you are going to attend anything, then you meet the people for a long, good period of time in public and talk to them and make friends first. Make sure some of your own people meet them also. I mean, family or friends, you know, so that their faces have been seen. Make sure that if you join a covenant, then you're brought there by somebody that knows everybody there and that you've known. Okay? In the meanwhile, you know, I will tell you that I met groups and covenants when I was very young. The very first one, I took a chance whenever I met somebody, talked to them a brief few minutes in a store. And that night, I attended a group meeting with them. I should not have done this. Okay? But everything went okay. I mean, there are the cases that it would be just fine, and there are a lot of good groups out there. But I should not have done this. I met the person. I didn't get to know them. I talked to them for 5 minutes. They invited me to a group, and I went, you know, and God knows what could have been waiting for me behind their doors. Everything was great, and I ended up rising through a lot of their ranks before I moved off, and then I changed groups and I rose through their ranks. But the next group that I had come in contact with was through someone that I had met, I had talked to as friends for about 3 or 4 months, and then they wanted to take me to their group, and they had actually harassed me about going with them for a long time, for almost all of that 3 months, but I wouldn't do it, you know, because I had a lot of time to grow and change and come to a bunch of realizations. Nonetheless, I joined their group and I climbed up through all of their ranking ships, and that was great. I mean, I had a great time. I've had all the luck in the world, you know, but there are people that I don't personally know, but know of, that weren't quite so lucky. People that got themselves in a bit of trouble, okay? And it hurts my heart that this stuff exists out there, but it does, and we all know it. It's just that when you're talking about your spirituality, you don't expect it to lay dormant in there or hide behind the veils within your religion or your spirituality. But it does. In all paths, Christianity, paganism, I mean, there is a lot of everybody in all religions, or people that pose to be of certain religions and then are not. So take this to heart. Use it and know it. Okay? But first off, when you're thinking about joining a group, ask yourself these things. Have I met somebody and befriended them for a good period of time before they would take me to join them within their group or covenant? Did I just meet this person online, and have I ever seen them? You know, how much faith or trust do you have in the person that you've known for several months? And do you trust them enough to go into a secret place with them where nobody knows you're at? And next, do you have anybody you can trust that you can tell where you're at, or even take to meet these friends with you so that you have a witness that has seen their face? These are the things that you should ask yourself, and there are more. I do encourage you to sit down and think about it, and you know, really just strengthen up within your emotions to where you can take your time in joining a group or a covenant. Like I said, I know that the emotions, whenever you finally meet somebody that is like yourself, when you didn't know somebody like yourself before, how it could take hold of you and urge you forward, or how you may have been in groups for a long period of time but moved off to a small place and you don't know anybody, and so you're in a hurry to get in with other people. I realize all of this, but you should always take precautionary measures. Now, I ask that all of you forgive me for talking about such a dark subject with a lot of negative draw to it, but I think that a lot of you will agree with me that there's a lot of kids that are watching this right now that could very well make these mistakes and land themselves in a world of trouble with people they do not know. And for those of you out there that think that because we are pagans, that we do ritual sacrifices and this, that, and the other, you're wrong. You really and truly are. And for those of you that think that there's a lot of ritual murders out there, you need to go and you need to look online. You need to do the statistic studies, and you'll see that ritual murder is the lowest man on the board. I'm telling you. Okay? Well, all of you, take care of yourself. Do heed my warnings. And stay light and positive. Don't let what I've told you get you down. There are good groups out there, a lot of them. Just be aware of how you're getting in with them and how you're meeting them, okay? Take care of yourself, and bye-bye.